Hey guys, um, I needed to make this video. I know I haven't posted on this channel in a while, but this is a very important video, especially for people who are excited, anticipating, and waiting on my new album that is dropping this summer. So I gotta give you guys a little bit of backstory to this album. And this video will sort of be an update video about the album to let you people know where I am. Now, this this sounds somber right now, but don't don't think that anything bad is happening. Stick to the end. You're really going to enjoy and resonate what I have to say. So the concept for this album, when I initially thought of it, was the name of the album was going to be I Did It By Myself. And it was all going to be about, me and sort of my legacy and my story and how long it took me to get to this point and how I grinded and I cut people out of my life and stuff in order to get to this point and in order to basically pull myself up by my own bootstraps and do this album, by myself without any help. I don't need help. That's essentially what the theme of the album was. It was this whole idea of I can do it. I don't need help from you guys. I'm doing it myself. Kind of sneering in the face of people and saying like, get out of here. I don't need you. And I was 90% done with the album as of yesterday. I had, and the title track for the album was going to be called I Did It By Myself. And it was going to be, this whole thing about how like people let me down and I did it by myself. And I had almost all of this album recorded. I was like 90% done, just going to do the final edits, make sure everything sounded great. And then we were going to move on to the releasing process of getting it out to my distributor and distributing it out there as quick as we could. And I was really struggling recording the title track. I did it by myself. Everything else kind of went pretty smooth, honestly. And I was just really, really struggling getting that track done. Just the flow wasn't working. The beat didn't really go with the flow as I wanted it to. Like I was just really having a hard time. And today I was reading and I was at church and I just had this sort of like humbling moment where God sort of told me, you didn't do any of this. Like, this album, I didn't do this album myself. I did this album because of God and because of his help. I didn't get here because of myself. I got here because of him. None of this would be possible. I wouldn't be a Christian rapper, a CHH artist, if not for God. I couldn't have done any of this without him. And I just sort of had this like little minor, very minor, like internal breakdown of just like, I can't I can't say this. I can't title this album I Did It By Myself and have this title track I did it like that's the most like self-centered, selfish thing I could put out, to the world. To claim that I'm a Christian rapper and then say I did it myself is like the most hypocritical thing I could do. And I sort of got thinking about I can't remember the name of the track off the top of my head, mostly just because I'm getting a little bit emotional. But there's a song I was listening to, and one of uh, it's I remember now. It's I remember now. It's I Believe in the Life of Jesus by John Riddick, and he says in that song, he says, If I said I got here on my own, I'd be lying. And that's so true. And so I had a working title for a second album that I was planning on doing at some point. But I hadn't really made any tracks like to fit that title, you know? It was just sort of like, oh, someday I'm going to make an album called this. And I got thinking about it, and it's better suited for this here. So, don't, so is the album still coming out? Yes. So don't worry, guys. The album is still coming this summer. Almost all of the tracks are still happening. A good chunk of them are already done. So don't worry. I'm not canceling like I do with my live streams and stuff, which I'm very sorry about, guys. I'm not canceling this. I'm not like messed up here. Like nothing's happening. We're making a change. We're making a shift in direction. A good chunk of the tracks are still fine and they're still going to happen. But I can't go into this pridefully, selfishly claiming that I did it by myself, because I didn't do it by myself. So we've changed the name of the title track. It's going to be a little bit different. I've reworked it. I don't want it to be this selfish, like prideful thing. Like some of it'll still have a little bit of elements of like me pulling myself here, because I did work hard, but it wasn't without God, and I have to state that. I have to make it clearly known to the world that I didn't get here on my own. I got here because of God. And so yeah, I hope you guys are as pumped and excited as I am for this album. It will still be dropping this summer. I'm gonna go finish the last edits on it and get everything as done as I possibly can. Um, so yeah, uh, to all of the people who saw like potential set lists, I tried to keep them blurred because I wanted to keep it a mystery what the name of some of the tracks were. But if any of you saw those set lists and saw the working titles of I Did It By Myself, um, I'm sorry, but that's not happening. I Did It By Myself is no more. Um, and this time we're doing it for real. We're taking ourselves seriously, which is why that's the new name of the album. The album is going to be called This Time for Real. And yeah, sorry. But yeah, I hope you guys are just as excited as I am, and it's dropping this summer. So stay tuned, stay posted. I'm going to keep you guys updated. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'm sorry if I rambled or I ranted. I just had to get this out there and share the change that's happening, because this is not me. This is God. It's all God, and I couldn't have done it without him. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I don't upload as regularly on this channel right now because I've been so dedicated to this album, but there's great reaction content on this channel. There's great reaction content coming. So as always, if you like what you see, subscribe down below. Make sure to use all the links in the description to get, Raise Energy merch, all that stuff. New merch just dropped for my single Vandal. So go check all that out. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.